Hey guys, life is tough. I totally understand it. I've been through it myself in many years ago when I did my A-levels, and I'm sure some of you guys are going through it right now. Whether you're doing the A-levels or the Scottish equivalents or the international baccalaureate or whatever you're doing, I wish you all well. And I understand that, look, it's a high pressured environment. These 2 years are very difficult, and it's a major jump from having done your GCSEs or equivalent. I hope the article is useful, and I'm just going to talk you through a few coping strategies to help you along. First thing would be, as I call it, the Pomodoro, all right, a technique for focusing. Long, unbroken hours of study, it leads to cognitive fatigue. You'll get tired up here, and you'll get more anxious as well. Instead, do what I used to do, which is work short and intense bursts. And evidence would show you, research would show you that actually if you study at any stretch more than 20 minutes at a time, then your cognitive ability declines. You're not able to retain information as well. So I personally say 20-25 minutes work and then take a 5-10 minute break. All right. Try to do that in a cyclical way, and if you've done it say about 3-4 times, take a longer break, 15-20 minutes, and come back. The reason it works is because you're creating finishing lines for your brain, all right? You're chopping it up in manageable bite-sized sections, and it makes kind of a bigger task feel more achievable if you're doing it in that way. The other thing I would suggest is what I call the 8-hour sleep rule. Now, try not to make mistakes like I did in the early days, which is staying up all night, all right? It's tempting to do that, you know, put the lamp on and work all night and, you know, go to school, go to college feeling tired. But you know what? Sleep deprivation is a disaster, all right? It mimics the effects of being intoxicated. Your ability to memorize, your ability to internalize learning is drastically reduced, all right? It dysregulates your emotions as well, all right? Stop screens. Stop looking at things about an hour before you go to bed as well, all right? You know, what you want to do is help the melatonin hormone switch on and help you sleep. And you need to try and sleep for that 8 hours solid and get a deep sleep so that when you wake up, you're fresh, all right, fresh to go. Then the other thing is, remember that saying, eat the frog first, i.e. stress often stems from procrastination, right? We tend to avoid the hardest or most boring subject, all right, which then kind of continues. And it looms over us. It's in there. Oh, it's in the back. Oh God, I got to do it. Oh no, you know, and it stays with you. No, it's important that you grab it by the neck and you kind of deal with it. Deal with the most difficult thing first thing in the day. First thing as part of your plan. Get that out of the way. It feels good. It's a relief. Once you're done, you'll kind of massive sigh of relief and you can move on. Dopamine surges. These things then help, and it actually boosts your performance in other sections as well. So no, deal with the tough topics, right? Target them, identify them, tackle them, all right? Because that's where you're probably going to lose most marks, and you don't want to do, all right? We want to gain marks in every section. The fourth area I would say is exercise. Move your body, all right? It's so important that in a given week you space yourself out and give yourself 3-4 sessions, at least half an hour long each, where you're exercising yourself, all right? It's a way to clear cortisol. It's a stress hormone. You know, doing a bit of, walking, swimming, gym exercise, all right? If you can't do half an hour, do 15 minutes of brisk exercise, all right? And you'll find it'll be really, really useful. Some of you do kind of yoga, Pilates type exercises. That's okay as well. Any kind of exercise to freshen you up is great. Somebody said a cluttered desk leads to a cluttered mind, and I think there's some truth to that. So do what I call the digital detox, and that is put your phone in another room. Don't let your friends ring you whilst you're revising. Don't kind of be tempted to go on TikTok. Don't be tempted to watch a YouTube reel, because that distracts you. All right, leave the phone elsewhere, leave the TV elsewhere, leave the radio elsewhere. There's clear research that shows that even having that phone on your desk reduces your cognitive capacity to absorb what you're actively trying to do. It makes sense because you're not focusing. Also practice active mindfulness. And that is, if you feel a panic attack or high anxiety situation coming on, use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding method. What do? Well, first of all, you want to identify 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, and 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. What this does, it pulls your brain out of worrying mode and brings you back to the present. So that's actually quite a useful technique I learnt a few years back. The other area is change your narrative, all right? So physical symptoms of stress, such as racing heart, sweaty palms, they're very similar to symptoms of excitement, okay? It's the fight or flight reaction. So what you need to do is reframe. And instead of saying, I'm so nervous, what you want to say to yourself is, my body is getting energized to perform. I'm feeling the heat, right? It's kind of an anxiety reappraisal, this approach. And that shows that, your test scores improve if you have that mindset. Don't forget, very, very important, and that is avoiding kind of, bad food and bad drinks, basically. Having a nice balanced diet, all right? You don't want to be crashing with loads of sugar in and then you're crashing afterwards. No, that's the worst thing you can do, is go and find that soft drink, finding that fast food, that chocolate bar. No, what you want to do is go for food that is slow, sustaining, all right? So focus on carbs like oats and whole grains that will last a while with you. Focus on brain foods like nuts like walnuts, oily fish, berries, things that are steady and maintain steady energy levels in your body. You also need to have hard stops, i.e. you do not let your study bleed into other times in your evening, in your life, i.e. when is opening time? When does a shop open to study? When does a shop close to study? If 7 p.m. is when you stop studying, you stop studying. Doesn't matter where you are, you stop studying, because there's always another day tomorrow. Okay? What that does, it allows you to manage your time, work-life balance, okay? And it kind of allows you time to decompress, to kind of refresh yourself, all right? And it reduces, this fatigue feeling that things are just continuous and relentless, all right? And last but not least, talk. Do not go silent. You're not alone. You've got peers who you can work with who are going through the exact same emotions as you are. Talk to each other. Support each other. All right. If you're feeling overwhelmed, speak to a tutor, speak to a teacher, a friend, peer. Verbalize how you feel. And that in itself, as they say, problem shared is problem halved. It's a way to reduce stress and difficulties like that. Hope that's been useful. Thank you and all the best.